Well, good afternoon folks, welcome to another post. So this is a little different to what I was going to do. I was originally going to do something inside today, but seeing we had such a stunningly beautiful day, and even though I'm feeling a bit worn out today, not really feeling hugely energetic, I thought I'd still come down for a bit of a walk and pick up a bit of video of the nice views and get out in the fresh air for a few minutes at least. So today's video was going to be about something entirely different, but we can always do that tomorrow, that's fine. What I wanted to talk about a little bit about today was just how people are handling this idea of being sort of somewhat isolated and gonna have trouble with my glasses slipping down all the time. And what people are doing to sort of overcome it. Obviously we're not in full lockdown here, although we could be heading in that direction. Of course, we're still lucky we can get out and about and at least do this, because it's not the case in other places. There are so many things I'm going to talk about, and now I've forgotten half of them. Amazing what happens when you turn the camera on. I guess looking at it from the mental health perspective, as I said yesterday or the other day, I can't remember when it was now, I'm making too many of these things, it's important to get out in the fresh air and the sunshine. It has a lot of benefits that we often overlook. It's really easy to get into the day-to-day work thing and just working and eating and sleeping and all that sort of stuff, and even in times when we're not facing nasty viruses and things like that. Walking and talking's making me puff, and just check out that view there, eh? Yeah, pretty lucky to live down here and be able to access these coastlines and these views like I can. So fairly busy on the path today actually. There's a few people walking around, and it's always a bit strange when you're walking past somebody and talking to a camera. They think you're a bit nuts sometimes, but they give you a weird look. Anyway, that's okay. So I was just going to talk a little bit about how people are handling it all. For myself, as I said, I've noticed around town, I was down there this morning, much quieter, no tourist buses, much quieter in general, the whole place, and the energies. It's really interesting. It's a sort of a bit of a dichotomy. There's a bit of an energy with people driving around. Sometimes there's a little bit of manic driving going on, almost like people are a bit freaked out or a bit scared or something, which is quite understandable given the situation. But there's also sort of a bit of a sense of quiet settling over things. I was talking to a guy at one of the cafes I frequent, and it's really weird walking in there. It was almost like the place was packing up, ready to shut down entirely. He wasn't going to. He's still doing takeaways and coffees and things. I felt a bit sorry for the poor bugger though, because I said to him, are you covering your costs? And he said no, but what he's planning to do is just try and stay open and get through the worst of it, because as I said, we're heading towards winter now and things go quieter here anyway, being a bit of a tourist town, and hopefully he'll be able to pick up. And we were discussing the idea, of course, that with the government pumping all this money into the system, I suspect a lot of people will just hang on to it. Kind of hope they do, and then when things start to improve and the restrictions ease, people are going to go out there, and because they've been held back for months, they're going to go out there and flood the places, and they'll be buying food and wanting to get entertainment and go out and do things and jump on planes. I personally would have loved to have been off travelling this year. That was the plan. Looking at walking overseas, going to various places, doing a bit of a mature age backpacking trip. Really was what I was thinking about doing. I've got someone walking up the path here now, so they're going to, this is a healthy looking character, he's stomping away. I was going to do a bit of a mature age backpacking trip and just Yeah, but that's all obviously been put on hold until the situation improves a bit. So I'll just come down past, wait till this guy disappears, and then we'll might show just a nice view of the ocean. Would that be good? Oh yeah. So just continue to wander down here. I think I'm heading down towards, I think it's King's Beach here, I'm not quite sure. Never quite remember the names of all the different places, even when I've been there 1,000 times. Terrible. I spent years living in a city, and I still didn't know a lot of the street names. I'd travel up and down all the time. Ah dear, it's a funny thing how it goes. Yeah. Yeah, so talking about some of the shops and that are getting locked down, it's yeah, as I said, I do feel a bit quite sorry for some of these people. You know, gee, I got to say, I wouldn't own a shopfront business personally. Hard work, and you know, you're tied into rent and all that sort of stuff. It's not easy. I'll just give you a bit more of a view of the beach. Well, how you going there? Nice day for it?
Yep.
So just wander down here towards the beach, I think. I'm normally here in the mornings actually. It's strange. It feels a bit strange being here in the afternoon because the sun's obviously over in that direction, and normally it's over in that direction. But I usually find I got more energy for walking in the morning, so I got more energy for doing everything in the morning usually. Yeah, so how are people handling it? Some interesting things that popped up on Facebook, of course, and again, that's some of the things I've forgotten that I was going to talk about, but one thing I do remember is the video of I think it was in Spain, and you see the 2 police cars coming down the street. Someone's filming from this first floor balcony, and the sirens are going off, and thinking, oh God, what's going on here? The next thing they pull up, the policemen pile out, one grabs a guitar and they start dancing and singing. It was excellent. It was excellent. Yeah, that's the kind of spirit that people need to show in times like this, I think. There's been lots of other stuff. Be interesting to hear if anybody's got any other comments on things they've seen, because a lot of things pop up, and of course, you know, yes, you see so many things in the average day, and I suppose I'm spending longer online scrolling through that sort of stuff than I would have once, really. Nice little beach here. I love all these rocks. I'm going to come down one day with my my good stills camera, and to see if we can get some nice photos of the rocks and that sort of thing. You can tell by the amount of footprints on the ground that there's been quite a few people here today. The car park up there is just about full, so I'm surprised I haven't sort of seen more people on the trail. I don't know if you can see that point right over in the distance there. I walked right around there the other day. If anybody saw my Facebook post, that goes right around the corner and keeps going. You go right up to the beginning of the national park, the Newland Head National Park. So we're actually on the Hyson Trail here, just walking around. Yeah, so be interested to know how other people are handling it. Obviously I'm talking to friends and family and that sort of thing fairly regularly. I've noticed I've slowed down my whole life. I'm a great one for making to-do lists. I love it. I love getting stuff out into a list, because to me then it's out of my head. All I've got to go and do is look at the list, pick a job and do it. You know, you wouldn't believe sometimes I actually forget to look at the list, but there you go. I guess subconsciously when you don't want to do something, I guess there's always a way. You always find a way to avoid it. So anyway, yeah, so I've noticed, you know, I'll pick maybe one job, bigger job off a list and do that, and then just, you know, chill out for the rest of the day and, you know, just do little bits and pieces. And if I don't have to go to work, and my work is getting less and less, the work I do sometimes is I've often got older clients, older people, and I'm starting to be a bit selective about who I go and see, because I certainly don't want to be responsible for anybody, you know, catching a virus of any sort from me. Yeah, no, that's something I don't want to do. So, and yeah, I'm kind of enjoying the quieter time. It's nice. I mean, it's a great time of the year for things to be a bit quieter, and you can get out and about, or at least, as I said, for the time. So yes, I just can't remember some of those other Facebook things that I was going to talk about. I meant to check some of them before I left. Of course, often with the Facebook feed, I don't know if you guys find this, but yeah, you'll scroll through and you'll see certain things, and then later you go back to find it and it's disappeared. Something else is there, you know, and you can scroll for about 4 days through the thing and still not find it. So anyway, that's the way it goes. So anyway, folks, live well, stay happy, keep smiling, keep washing the hands, doing all the things, and yeah, oh look, I tell you one thing I will say, if you don't mind sharing my videos around a bit, sharing the links to other people or whatever, that'd be fantastic. Be good to, be good to build a bit of an audience, and get a few other people looking, a few other people commenting on the, I don't even mind if they comment and they don't like it. That's fine. Yeah, I'm a big boy, I can deal with that. Okay, bye for now, folks.